10 Among Us Easter eggs on the new airship map. Hey guys, welcome back to the Tempest. The airship map for Among Us is gaining popularity, so in today's video let's take a look at the hilarious and adorable Easter eggs fans can find there. Before we start, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Also don't forget to turn on the bell for the latest notifications and updates. Let's now talk about Easter eggs, shall we? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Armory has a southern section that not all players have bothered to explore as deeply as the other one. However, on the wall, some players have noticed a peculiar set of tools. A pair of sai, nunchucks, a bow staff, and a katana. These are the weapons of the beloved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. It's unclear whether the turtles work for the crewmates or were killed by them and their weapons were taken as trophies, but it is fun to fill in the gaps. GoldenEye 007. The airship vault contains lots to look at, but one of the shiniest is the golden pistol. It's actually a reference to GoldenEye 007, a video game for the Nintendo 64. The video game was based on the 1974 James Bond movie, The Man with the Golden Gun. The name of the movie pretty much tells you what you need to know. This golden gun became iconic, but it was a risky choice in game since it could only hold one bullet at a time. It's purely decorative, unfortunately, so it won't be any use to the imposters. Classical paintings. In the airship's vault, the players may notice that there are paintings hanging along the upper wall. Many of these are inspired by real-life images. Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night is perhaps the most recognizable, with its iconic blue streaks, yellow stars, and towering cypress trees. There's also a version of the Mona Lisa, the woman replaced by a crew member. The painting American Gothic also appears, and the green landscape is thought to be simplistic rendering of the Microsoft default background. Super Smash Bros. Of the paintings on the wall, however, isn't classical at all. If the player takes a good long look, they realize that it's actually a tiny depiction of the Super Smash Bros. Final Destination map. Final Destination looks a little different depending on the game one is looking at, so a few hardcore Nintendo fans have actually managed to narrow it down and say that this is the Final Destination map from the Super Smash Bros. Melee. Whether that part was intentional, it's hard to say. Banjo-Kazooie. Next, in the vault is a blue backpack, leaning against the far wall. It's not clear at first what the orange thing under it is, but closer inspection clearly reveals that it's a bird's beak. These two signs pointed gamers directly to Banjo-Kazooie, where the protagonists are a bear named Banjo and his friend, Kazooie, who sits inside Banjo's blue backpack. Clearly, a tragedy has happened here, since we can't imagine why else Banjo might leave his beloved friend behind. The Drake meme. One of the rooms attached to the main hall is a dark room, used to develop photos. The player can actually enter and interact with the buckets to get the opportunities to develop the photos themselves. They develop pretty slowly if the player wants to get the full photo, but it was quickly apparent to fans that the images of a crew member shown are direct parallels to the Drake meme circling the internet these days, where he approves or disapproves of things. Crewmate anatomy. Depending on who you are, you may have cared a lot, or not cared at all, about the anatomy of the crewmate's body. These creatures are tiny, armless, and fascinating to look at. On the airship map, there's a diagram or x-ray hung on the wall in the top section of the medical room. At first, it was puzzling, until players realized that it's actually the entire skeleton of a crew member. Very muscular, eh? Halo. One of the first Easter eggs that the players of Among Us noticed was the Halo energy sword sitting on the airship's vault. Its distinctive shape and the spiking lines of energy across its surface make the guess quite easy. However, players do not know that this energy sword isn't blue because of it's based on the blood sword. The particular energy sword featured in Halo 2's Infected mode, which was widely popular at the game's release. The Gap Room. One of the new rooms in the airship where players can do tasks and murder one another is the Gap Room, where players must use a lift to get back and forth across, well, the gap. This is an obvious reference to Henry Stickman, which was a game that the creators of Among Us made before this one. There are several little clues to the reference, aside from the room looking exactly the same. In the corner, there's a pencil that Henry Stickman used, and out the window, the player can spy a helicopter that crashes into the airship in Stickman's game. Smaller Henry Stickman references. There are many references to the Henry Stickman games scattered all over the map. That would be because the entire map is inspired by that game. To start, many of the items in the vault were seen by Stickman in the vault. Items like glue on the seats or the discarded wizard's hats are referenced to the particular moments in the plot. There's almost too many to count, so it's fun for players who enjoyed Henry Stickman to get the satisfaction of finding them all. Thanks for watching.